Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is Paws Method, where we'll land, we'll stop quickly, we'll pause for roughly 2 to 3 seconds. I would say 3 is more optimal, because what you do is then you lose the potential energy out of the muscles that have been stretched and have caused the tension in there. That potentiation is lost after about 3 seconds, and then being a pause, you explode up without using the stretch reflex. Is it really a plyometric? Not by definition, but it is a jump training method that I just term into the plyometrics. Now, with that, be aware, you would actually use this to get stronger, and you would probably, in a sequence method, use pause in your training for 3 or 4 weeks, and then you would use the rebound method. You would always end with the rebound method. Now, the next one I would say is metabolic. You can use that in zone 1, and what I call metabolic is that you come down, you slow down, you brake, and then you jump out of it, where there's not really a hardcore change of direction, okay? Now, when I say that hardcore change of direction, what you're not gaining is the stretch reflex. But what you do get out of this is some people use that for metabolic conditioning, and that's why I call it metabolic. It's more used for conditioning. Let's say you want to do multiple jumps, which is fine. And I think that with those multiple jumps and conditioning, it's always a method that you can use in regards to this range of motion. The thrust method will not be used in this one because there's not enough range. Okay, we actually bump that into the this particular zone. So I think I will stop there, and I'll cover the mid-range or the rest of this, which is, these are essentially the types of loading methods that you can do. So you can do body weight, you can do loaded, you can do unloaded, which I call accelerated, or hyper method, I would say, or banded. I didn't really know of any other words. But we'll talk more about this. I will go very deep into this in my Facebook groups, but this is definitely a plyometric method using all 3 zones that you can use with various sports and various athletes' needs. Now, I'm not saying a lineman can't benefit from this, because what if you have a guy that's super strong, he just doesn't hit people as well? Well, he's super strong coming out of the hole, but he can accelerate. You would use this method, this mid-range and this top-end range on an athlete that can't finish a strike or something along those guidelines. And then what's the best way to do that? Actually, that answer would be the unloaded accelerated plyometrics, which we get into. We'll also cover how all these can be used and mixed in French contrast, and also in the potentiation clusters that I often talk about. So I will get more into this in the next video.